Yeah, hi, it's the 28th of September 2018 at 11 p.m. I'm doing a couple of things a little bit differently tonight. The first one is I'm using a video as a backdrop. I was talking to 90 Nasty 9 and he said, yeah, it looks good, your background looks good, but it'd be better as a video. I thought, yeah, okay, let's try it, let's have a go at it. So I downloaded one and I'll see how it goes. The other thing is I'm doing this 12 hours ahead of time. I use phone internet and it's just slow as all hell to get up during the day, and it's a pain because I can't do anything else while I'm doing it, and it's slow. And if the network breaks, I've got to restart it again. It's just a painful operation. So I thought I'd do both. I'd try both of those things and do two videos on the one day and try and change the schedule a little bit. But I watched a video tonight, and it was it was a woman talking about narcissism, and she was saying that the 5 signs of a narcissist, and the first one was they don't like celebrations, Christmas and birthdays, etc. And that's me. I can't stand them. It feels like we're in this constant battle with my family, anyway, with my wife, with this constant fighting all year, and then it's like, okay, we're going to be this way on this day, and it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, why make it any different? Why we fight 364 days a year over nothing. Why then on the 365, because you want to have a special thing, suddenly we're going to change for that. And I know it probably strikes people as being silly and whatever. I don't care. I've always been a bit that way. I've just never seen the point of it. I've just never really enjoyed Christmas. It's never really worked out. It always seems to have this, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be something that just doesn't live up to it. And that made me think about mgtow. Actually, it made me think more about, what is a marriage and what is mgtow all about. And really, all I see in marriage is just this struggle, just a fight. It's just continual fight, a continual battle, men against women. It's just like an excuse to get into a boxing ring and go helter-skelter for it, for as long as you can handle it. And then at the end of it, get into it, get into the family court, and then, the guy gets clobbered. Like with me, I don't get to see my children. Yes, she won. She beat me. She sure did. And there'll be any number of people say, "Oh, you should have a good birthday or something." Yeah, why? What are you going to do for Christmas? You going to have a good Christmas? It's like, I've got somebody trying to make me miserable, and you're asking me, what this one day is going to be like. And resume being miserable the next day. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And this is why I look at mgtow, and I read all of your comments, and I listen to what you say, and you're all walking away, probably not from women so much, but from marriage. And you're walking away from the wrestle, from the arm wrestle, from the, you've seen it. You've seen it with your parents, you've seen it with others, and you look at it and you think, what? The sort of guys that look at the same as, and you look at it, you're quite analytical, and you look and you think, why do I want that? And just like I was made to feel with, Christmas and birthdays, there's something wrong that, let's just take the gloves off and enjoy, a nice Christmas dinner or something. And it's just like, yeah, okay. I don't know whether you can understand me. I mean, obviously, this woman, she would interpret as, oh no, you're selfish. Everybody else wants to have a good time except you, because you're. I think, yeah, well, I wouldn't mind, 364 days of the year having, a reasonable time, but nobody considers that. Oh no. It's just on Christmas Day when we decided to take the gloves off, to stop fighting, to stop. Yeah, that's the day. Yeah, and you don't want to do that, so you're the bad person. The same as mgtow will be the bad people. Bad guys. Everybody else is okay except mgtow because they don't want to get married. Same as a herbivore man in Japan. Oh, bad. bad people. They've thought that, you know, they might have a point, mate. There's no thought that they might be looking at the situation. I think we don't want that. No, we've seen it. You know, when I was trying to give up alcohol before, I used to try and think of every which way to try and cut myself down, or, you know, yeah. And I got to thinking, yeah, look, don't look at the front end. Don't have this mental picture of the front end. Have the mental picture of the back end. And so, well, this pretty picture of me at the front end, you know, while I'm having my first drink. Oh, God, that feels great. The back end is just really quite an ugly scene, you know, passed out or drunk or slurring my words or whatever, or being obnoxious or whatever. But the back end is clearly not nearly as pretty as the front end. I suggest look at marriage the same way. Oh, we've got all these pretty pictures of the bride, and it's a lovely wedding, and the cars, and the flower girls, and the matrons, and blah blah, and the wedding breakfast, and the honeymoon, and all these pretty pictures up front. Take a look at the back end. If you ask me, it's another one that's no different from alcoholism. It starts off like this: there's pretty pictures, and then we go fight the wrestle all the way through it, the struggle, the him against her, until he gets spat out at the back end, and then the lawyers really get into it. Or, you know, that's where you really inflict the pain and the misery, and that's just, ooh, what he did to me, was, oh my God, Father, yeah, yes. I'm glad you're walking away from it. I'm glad people are finally saying no. I'm glad that I'm sure you would be up for negotiation. I'm sure the Japanese herbivore men, if somebody would talk to them and say, okay, let's talk about what it is you do want. They might be interested to sit down and talk, but nobody's doing that. I know I've watched. I can't find out exactly what is happening, but there wouldn't be much. There'd be just a whole bunch of opinions that they'll come around, or they're just being a bit obstinate. You know, they'll come good in the end. They're not going to, but the powers to be would be thinking that way. Although they're starting to worry now. But you know, they've got all of these matchmaking services that let's put them together. Yeah, sure. Put the gloves on. Let's go. Who am I going to be fighting with? You know, who am I going to have children with and just going to leave me and don't get to see my children? You know, that's the reality of it, but nobody's looking at that. Because for whatever reason, it's much the same as the way we look at Christmas. There's no questioning it. There's no, you know, there's... And I don't think there is anything wrong with the birthday or for Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's the other 363 days. That's the bit that's wrong. An attitude between men and women, and I don't know. I'm a guy, so I know that I'm a toxic. What are they? Toxic masculinist or masculine? What, toxicity or whatever it is? Yeah, but I actually think it's not easy to be happy. I think you need to be calm and start working toward it in a peaceful fashion. And I think if you do that, then you can say, well, look, I'm feeling this way and that way. You know, I've been out of a marriage now for 5 years. I'm only just starting to find my feet. You know, and finding things that I think may lead to happiness. You know, it might not be the best thing in the world, but it's better than what I had. But what I had was just fight after fight after fight, and so many of you all say the same thing. You know, oh, thank God for the peace. Yeah, because when you're at peace, that's what you should have anyway, but there is no peace because it's a fight. It's a wrestle, it's a struggle. Yeah, come on, get into the marriage, let's go. And you're looking at it and saying, I don't want that again. And you younger guys are saying, I don't want it at all, and I can't blame anybody for it. And it'll be a long time before people will actually start discussing it and start saying, well, how do we change it? Because right now they'll tell us what we're doing wrong, and they'll continue to tell us what we're doing wrong. except that they won't be able to tell us what we're doing wrong because we're just not talking to them. Don't want to know. And I applaud that decision as well. I applaud Japanese herbivore men. They're basically saying, yep, we'll just keep playing our computer game until you want to talk to us. And we start talking turkey, about a better deal, about how we do things, and that sort of thing. And that should happen all over. But we've got this numb brain sort of, oh, this is the way it's done, isn't it? It's been done that way for 1,000 years, so why don't we do it for another 1,000 years? Well, it hasn't worked for the last 1,000, so what's going to change? And so most of you guys are, highly intelligent. And you're looking at it saying, I don't want that. Don't want that rubbish. I'm up for something, but I want to talk about it. I want to discuss it. I want to actually think about it. What may work, as opposed to this, oh, it's dumb. You'd put more thought into a car that you bought than it goes into a marriage. Oh, there's a lot of talk about, what sort of meal you're going to have at the wedding breakfast, what sort of dresses you're going to wear on the day. Oh, there's a lot of focus on that, but there's stuff all focused on what's going to happen afterwards. Really, what's a marriage all about? As you watch people go on at one another, hammer and tong, drinking themselves into death, so they can tolerate one another, being with one another. Yeah, but it's as I say. Look, I know I laugh and joke around about a lot of the comments, but I take them all on board. Yeah, I listen to what you've got to say, and you're all saying. I was thinking about it. No, you're actually questioning it, which I think is fantastic. In all honesty, but it's about time somebody did. Really questioned it and started having a discussion on it. And really, women should be here saying, okay, what's the problem? What have we got to do? But they won't. It'll be just some snide comment that, oh, you're boring, or you're whining again. Of course we're whining. We don't like the deal. Yeah, okay, we're whining. How about that? We're whining. If you want to call it whining, yeah, we're whining. We don't like it. We don't whine about it very much because we're just not going to do it. But yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, we don't want it. Have it by source. Yeah, I think is the best way of putting it. Look, anyway, it's been good talking to you, and I shall talk to you in comments, no doubt. Okay, bye.